What's going on, guys? Seth and Chevy here. We just watched episode 3 and 4 of season 4 of Demon Slayer. We're doing 2 episodes at once because I was on vacation and I missed last weekend, so we're playing catch up. We'll do a real quick recap, and we will be going full spoilers ahead, so hopefully you've watched these 2 episodes. Basically, the training arc is happening, and it's a lot of training happening, so I took a couple of notes real quick just to kind of remember the little details that we need to remember. So training arc's happening. Tanjiro's fully healed up. He's training with Uzui Tengen in episode 3, and let's see, there's a big theme of like rallying and morale in this episode and in episode 4 as well. A lot of the up-and-coming demon slayers who aren't quite prepared to be Hashira are having trouble with this, but we get a theme in both episodes of the Hashira are going hard on them because they need to be prepared for what's coming. And yeah, so Tengen's doing that. Also in the next episode, Tokito does that as well. The upper 4 demon is spying in the 3rd episode, and in the later episode he's also spying in a much bigger degree, but in episode 3 there's a part where 2 demon slayers are walking through a town doing a patrol, and an eye starts following them, so basically just spying on them. I forgot their names, but the snake dude and the Scarface dude are worried about the Infinity Castle that they saw in the 1st episode, and even though they are putting a lot of work into preparing the Demon Slayers, they are worried they're not prepared enough. They need to be doing more training. They're getting soft, basically, which we see them challenge each other to basically, some practice to fight each other to make sure they're staying on top of things. And yeah, it's basically what happens in the 3rd episode. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of fun humor with Tengen and his 3 wives, and a really cool scene with him and Tanjiro fighting during the training. And this is a big part because it kind of builds morale for the team. The team is feeling really down, and then Tanjiro comes in and kind of shows support for them, tells them how to work together to fight back against Tengen, or at least try to, because he's a shinobi, so he's going through just knocking dudes out left and right. And yeah, we get a moment where him and Tanjiro and Tengen do this cool fight scene, and everybody, feels a little more hopeful, I guess, that they got someone like Tanjiro on their side. And then episode 4, Tokito training arc. He's being even harder on the trainees because he's already kind of a cold dude anyway. So Tanjiro notices early on, because now he's moved on to him to train with him, that he's being like really hard on these guys. He also, Tokito, has been training on the side with the snake dude and or he's starting to train on the side with the snake dude and the Scarface dude for similar reasons. That comes up later. Basically, one of the trainees notices that Tokito's leaving at certain times, and then he comes back, he's covered in bruises. So that's kind of a thing that will be brought up later. Tanjiro passes Tokito's training in 5 days. A lot of people have been there for like weeks. Yeah. Yeah, we get the big reveal that basically, it's not a big reveal, but it's a real reveal for the trainees that Tokito's being hard on them, but he's also training really hard because he doesn't want any of them to die. He's trying to protect them. He wants them to be prepared. So that whole thing going on there. And then, let's see, Tanjiro proposes a paper airplane competition so that Tokito will go lighter on his trainees, and this turns into a also big morale boost because everyone gets in on it after Tanjiro just gets decimated after 10 attempts to beat Tokito's paper airplanes. Apparently he's a big fan of paper airplanes. Everybody makes paper airplanes and throws them all together, so this is kind of a group bonding exercise, basically. And then at the very end of the episode, let's see, Tokito and Tanjiro talk about how they need to be prepared for what's coming, which is just a big theme, that they need to protect Nezuko, that she can't really come help because they need to make sure that she's not being out and vulnerable because she's so important, and that Muzan might go into hiding possibly if things don't go well for him. And then also there was a part in episode 3, I think, where, and I forgot his name, I can't remember any of his fucking names, Tanjiro and the dude he's trying to get to train with him are doing the noodle competition, and we don't see a resolution to that. but we did see towards the end of it where he tells Tanjiro that this is his last meal he's going to eat, and if he can out eat him on this one, he'll do it. But if he can't, he won't do it. So we'll probably find out the result of that in the next episode. So yeah, a lot of training going on, a lot of specific personal training from Uzui in episode 3 and Tokito in episode 4, and Scarface Dude and Snake Dude are excited to have Tanjiro come train under them because they're going to go hard on him to really test him. They're excited about that. What do we think?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It's going to be hard for it to be like awesome just because it is a training arc. And but they've done a really good job of keeping it entertaining with comedy elements, and then any moments they do have any sword play, they definitely decide to animate the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Even when Tengen was being a shinobi basically and like going through, and then at one point he like flips his sword around with one hand. I was like, that was ridiculous looking. All right.
Yeah, it was cool to see him, even though he's not as powerful as he once was because he's missing the arm. But he's obviously still really powerful.
Yeah.
Compared to like a normal person. So he really got to flex that a bit in his training arc. So
yeah. Excuse me. Also with the Hashira, specifically with the Serpent and the Wind Hashira, when they were before they started like opting into having nightly sparring matches, there was definitely this heavy theme of like anticipation of the event that's coming, and then when what's the other guy?
The Scarface guy?
No, the kid who lost his memories and got part of him back.
Tokito.
When Tokito started joining in as well, you started getting a kind of an idea that most of the Hashira are on the same page on this. Like, it's very strange there's no demons out. And so, like, it feels like something big's going to happen. And they keep emphasizing this, which is nice because obviously we're leading into whatever the next season's going to bring for us, which I assume is going to involve everybody at this point. Seeing the only thing that's and obviously they got to train all these guys, but it's kind of funny that every single trainee is just kind of like the same. I wish some of them did have some skill. They don't have to be obviously Tanjiro. That would kind of defeat the purpose of him being awesome if people were also on the same page as him. But
well, that's kind of the thing is they kind of even said it in one of the episodes. I think it was episode 3 that Zenitsu, Inosuke, Tanjiro, these are the cream of the crop and the up and comers, because the Hashira are kind of, you can see the excitement in them because they're talking about how there is actually some people who might get up to their level, which is good because that's it. They're all the Hashira, so they need more, and these are the ones that are rising to the top. I do agree it would be cool to see a little bit more nuance and like skill level between the guys, but I think they're also just trying to illustrate that there's such a huge gap between
for sure
a low skill and high skill guy over here and a Hashira that it's just all blended together. But yeah, I do agree it would be cool to see somebody do something. But
versus like Tanjiro obviously can like kind of hold up with them.
Yeah, he's not even on their level, so it's funny he's even training with them, but he has to because he hasn't made the title.
No, I mean he's basically getting up to Hashira anyways. He's survived multiple upper class demons, so I can't remember what they actually call them. My memory sucks, but
they gotta have like a midway title of like pre-Hashira or something, because like this dude's doing some crazy shit.
And like he's actually able to like swing and block like Tengen, and then I also like how when he's sparring with, I forgot his name already. You just told me.
Tokito.
Tokito's like just smiling the whole time because like someone's actually having sword play with him instead of just getting like him just whacking him once and taking him out. So
I mean, it's like if you play any game ever, you play like Street Fighter, you play a FPS, and you're just really good, and you're playing against like, I don't know, someone's kid or something, and you're just beating him constantly. That shit would get boring so quick. But eventually, getting a challenge, like, I'm sure that'd be great.
Well, and you see that too when the Hashira are all sparring each other as well. They're all just like in it. Like, okay, this is what I needed, basically. So, It's been fun for sure. And then the comedy cracks, obviously, with like Dude's Crow is just like a complete smart ass and
Cheerleading.
Yeah.
When the Hashira all practicing, I was just over there fucking
Yeah.
talking shit.
Yeah, and then like constantly harassing the students and stuff. So.
Or fucking up Tanjiro's paper airplane.
Yeah. And though that scene was a little cheesy, it was, good lighthearted fun. And like you said, it's kind of a team building exercise. Yep. It was just very, very anime. So
yeah, it was very friendship
Yeah.
will win the day feeling. But I liked it because it's lighthearted.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
It was definitely cheesy though.
And then the spying was interesting to see. Also, it's interesting because it's the fourth's eyes, but it seemed like it was just one of the assistants controlling them with their hair like going up the wall and playing the instrument still. Mm-hmm. So obviously,
yeah, all I saw was the eyeball that said 4, rank 4, whatever.
So obviously we'll get more and more of that as the buildup happens, I'm sure. But I'm curious because they're showing us for a reason these eyes. I'm sure at one point one of them is going to find Nezuko, I assume. So
it's the spy network.
Yeah, but yeah, overall they were fun episodes for sure.
Yeah, I liked them too. Watching Tanjiro train is funny because he's obviously more powerful than everybody he's training with. He's just running past everybody's carrying that heavy dude. He's like sparring with the teachers. So with Tengen and Tokito. So it's definitely like a dude who's trained in like martial arts but doesn't have his black belt yet is like sparring with someone who does have the black belt. So it's kind of interesting to watch that. It's also cool too because he's beneath them, but like he passed Tokito's training course in 5 days. So like, he didn't know that 5 days ago and he learned something from him within 5 days. So he just got more powerful.
Yeah.
In that training, he learned, when he's telling him to like loosen up the movement between being stiff with your muscles and loosening up to swing or whatever.
To extend your stamina.
Yeah. He picked that up. He did it within 5 days. So, he is getting more powerful. And he's not even fully healed up either. They mentioned that a couple times that by the time he gets to the snake dude, he should be fully healed. So we're not even seeing him at max power right now.
Which he was like weirdly, it's like, all right, I got a plan for him then. Yeah. Like he was just like ready for him.
He's probably stoked he can go hard on
somebody,
a trainee. Yeah. So they also all have that like he's the outsider mentality on him. Mm-hmm. So like he's got to prove himself basically to them, and he will, I'm sure, because he's Tanjiro. He's super likable. But yeah, they're probably excited to be able to go hard on the guy that they're all just like, yeah, who the fuck's this guy? Why is he even here? Well, he's going to prove it. So why he's there. So that was fun. I really liked the third episode though with Tengen, all the Tengen stuff, seeing him do his shinobi stuff, and meeting back up with Tanjiro and kind of reflecting on the entertainment arc, district arc. Mm-hmm. That was cool because that was still, I think, one of the craziest.
That was the best
arcs.
Season.
Yeah. I love all the seasons, but that season, the end of it was so apocalyptic. It was fucking dope. But yeah, I digress. So that was a lot of fun. Also watching all the trainees, like, trying to fight a ninja, basically. He just come in, knock people out. One guy said something I forgot, and then he came up behind him and, gave him a lesson, then hit him. So that was a lot of fun to watch. And then, the Tokito training was fun as well, even though he was just beating the shit out of them and telling them they sucked, basically.
I also love how people just acknowledge he's a really good swordsman, because even when he shows up for the Hashira training, they're just like, yeah, we'll take you to 2v1. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, that's not fair, and then he's holding his own.
Yep.
So, dude's obviously a problem.
Yeah, they said he was like a prodigy in the last season, so even though he's stuck in a fucking bubble for almost the whole season.
Yeah.
But so apparently if you can get rid of his sword, he's nothing. Like, he's all sword. But I'm still really curious to see what the snake guy and the Scarface guy can do, because we're only seeing them, training with each other. But I don't know fully what they are capable of doing.
Yeah,
so,
and they only ever fought like some meh demon.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And then, there is definitely a sense of impending something coming. The show feels like that. The characters are talking about it, so it's definitely got me kind of hyped and kind of, interested in where things are going in terms of like the ultimate end battle. Will anybody die? I don't know. No spoilers, please. If you do know somehow, I don't know if it's that is the manga done.
I think it is.
Okay. Well, if the manga's done, please don't spoil anything. We don't want to hear anything about that. We've been watching the show blind this whole time, so I typically save that for the end. But just bring it up. I wonder how this ends. I don't want something going. Well, actually,
Well, since you asked,
I'll answer that for you. I'm just being friendly. So yeah, it definitely feels like we're getting the culmination to the end of whatever this story arc is, and so that's fun, but also worrying because I really like this show, so I don't necessarily want it to end, but I also would hate the show to just be going on forever and just creating filler shit to keep it going. If anything, whoever made Demon Slayer could always, I don't know, maybe make another series or something. I don't know. Yeah, good episodes though. Really curious to see how long this season is. It feels like it's going to be a really short one. I know it's supposed to be a short one.
Yeah, and for some reason I can't find that info.
Yeah, if you know in the comments how long this season's supposed to be episode-wise, how many episodes it's supposed to be, let us know, please, because I don't...
I've only seen speculation.
I have no idea. So really curious to know how long we'll be watching this. But I've been enjoying it so far, and we'll continue to keep watching it because Demon Slayer is just good. So
For sure.
Anything else?
Nope, that's pretty simple episodes, to be honest.
Yep. So. Yeah, it's really easy to do the recap because I'm like, there's training.
Yeah.
There's just some subtle things here, but there's training. So, and it's fun. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about episode 3 and 4. What were your biggest takeaways? Maybe there's something that happened in these episodes that we didn't talk about. Throw it in the comments. We can talk about it there. And, yeah, how you liking the season so far? Where do you think it's going to go? Unless you know, please don't tell us. And, yeah, let me know everything you think about in the comments below when it comes to Demon Slayer. I've been Seth, this has been Chevy, and stay tuned. We'll have more reviews out we're doing Delicious in Dungeon, and that's coming to an end for season 1, and then we are doing Kaiju number 8. We got another review coming up soon. We just did one for last episode.
For last weekend's, yeah.
Yeah, and then, just stay tuned. We'll talk to you guys later.